So I received a call last night about being on the Billionaire Mastermind Forum, and that's what today's talk is going to be about, entrepreneurship and what my journey has been like, and hopefully I can inspire someone else so they can go on and be the best version of themselves during their journey. So we're on the line, and there will be a replay. So those of you that didn't catch it in real time, you can catch the replay and hopefully be inspired.
So when I hung up with you, I hung up on here too.
It's called the Billionaire Mastermind Forum, where many entrepreneurs come together to be inspired, encouraged, and empowered to continue down the journey of doing what they do as speakers, presenters, and overall entrepreneurs.
Diane, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, did you see who it was?
I did not see the thing.
Okay. Charles Cary.
Front and center.
Diane Smith. Do you remember Diane Smith, Charles?
Sir Charles definitely remembers Diane Smith.
Okay. There'll be a few people that were here back then.
Yeah.
That were not. So I don't think young Harry. I don't think he was here. Dr. Reelgood, nope, I don't think so either. Charles was here probably. Did you figure out how long ago?
Oh no, not at all. I've been doing things.
Diane said 2012.
Okay.
Wow. 14 years ago, Lord, my.
Marathon of Excellence.
That's yes, the basement crew. Yeah.
Back in the day.
All right.
I'm trying to go find more.
Okay. I remember getting at 10 o'clock at night homework we had to have done before 8 in the morning.
Ain't that something?
We had to take our cell phone and shoot a little commercial.
What?
I don't know how many of those we did, but I'm sure there were quite a few.
Oh, yeah. Especially in the basement part.
My goodness. And you think that some of the things that they're doing these days is talk like that?
So
Pretty amazing.
I'm connecting with some people that I am known for, as you can hear, at least 14 years. And people are still in the game, still being entrepreneurs, still pursuing their dreams.
Or three-way, let them know we're getting ready to get started so they can join us. This great message that we're about to do. It's awesome.
We got a lot of those Facebook links from there.
What is the setbacks, talents, and the influence in your life have actually been preparing you to build something of your own? Hi, I'm Karen Tracy, and today on our Billionaire Mastermind Forum broadcast, Sir Charles Cary joins us for my entrepreneurship journey. A candid conversation about turning creativity, resilience, and hard-earned experience into enterprise, income, impact, and legacy. Entrepreneurship doesn't always begin with a perfect business plan or follow one straight road. And sometimes it begins when we recognize the experience that we survived, the abilities we developed, and the problems that we learned we solved, and they have a greater value than what we ever imagined. So Sir Charles' journey has never been confined to one talent, title, or lane, and that may be one of the most powerful lessons. So before we explore how he transformed creativity and reinvention into an entrepreneurial way of life, let me share a little bit about the multidimensional creator behind today's conversation. So Charles Cary is a peak performance strategist, trainer, speaker, author, singer-songwriter, and producer whose career reflects the power of reinvention. He authored Radiate the Brain and Change the Game and Courage Facing Mortality, and appeared in season 1 of Keynote. So through leadership development, music, and lessons forged through adversity, Sir Charles helps people turn uncertain and purposeful in action. His latest album, Sucker for Love, continues his commitment to creating boldly and authentically. Welcome back, Charles. It's been a way long time to see this video, man. How you doing?
I am grateful. That seems to be the word, the phrase, the mantra, the affirmation that I live by, and I'm grateful to be able to use it because that's exactly where I am in my life, in my spirit, and in my soul. But thank you for having me back again, and it's so good to reconnect with you. And for those who don't know me, it's good to meet each and every one of you. Yes.
Well, it seems like you have a lot of talent. That's something I didn't even know about. So what's the first talent, idea, product, or service that you attempted to monetize?
Well, my first true love is the creative arts, and that goes back obviously to when I was a child. And of course, I shouldn't say of course, but I'll say it for lack of the best expression. Of course, many of us were told you've got to get something more realistic to do because, we're in a society that we've come through the industrial age and this age and that age, and, you need to have a real job. So instead of exploring my creative talent, I started looking into the business world, and I was going to be an accountant, and I love numbers, but I really wasn't cut out to be an accountant. And in that whole pursuit of trying to, live life on life's terms, like many of us, I went down the wrong path, which meant I hung out, I partied, and it got good to me. And it got so good to me that it became the main thing. And before I knew it, I was a substance abuser. And I was a substance abuser for about, a quarter of a century, at least 25 years, if not a little bit more, give or take a year or two here or there. And going through that experience, I tell you, it was really challenging, but I didn't know what I did not know. I went so deep in my abuse that when I really stopped to take, inventory of my life, I was digging my own hole. I was burying myself alive pretty much. And that was the beginning of the 180-degree shift in life, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Actually, there was a term we heard just yesterday about our health, and not putting yourself in the wrong lane. But I'll come back to that. I'm sure somebody will help me remember it. But was entrepreneurship something you intentionally pursued, or did it just develop because people kept requesting what you actually could do? And you were just how'd you get yourself out of that?
Well, the truth of the matter is my father was an entrepreneur, but I had no idea that I was an entrepreneur, and that makes me sound crazy, but I had a band. I'm a New Yorker, so I'm in a band, and we're playing all over the city and on the outskirts of the city, and we're giving events, putting on events, and I look back and I said, wow, you're an entrepreneur. You're doing what entrepreneurs do. And I didn't really know because I didn't identify with the word for a very long time as a younger man. And I looked back and I realized, oh wow, this is the same thing that my father did. He had a store, he had a house, and he leased rooms to people. I'm doing the same thing. I'm following the same path. However, when I became a substance abuser and, made that 180-degree shift, and I started looking at life through a different lens, I started realizing, wow, I made it. I made it through. There's more to my life than what I thought or what I knew. And I began to explore being more knowledgeable of what entrepreneurship was. And I began to tell my story. And that's when I wrote my second book, not my first, but my second book, Courage Facing Mortality. Cancer wasn't my only obstacle, and thanks to the likes of Melanie Bonita, it became an Amazon bestseller. So that was the really true awakening of my full entrepreneurial endeavor and journey. And I met many people that I'm sure many of you know, like Dr. Willie Jolly, and became aware of Les Brown and Tony Robbins. And then I knew my purpose, and my purpose was to inspire, encourage, and empower others to be the best versions of themselves. And I began that journey, and I'm still on that journey. But you know, our journey, it takes different paths.
Sure enough. And you've done a bunch of them, but before I move into that and to come back to that one, what part of New York were you in? Did you?
I'm Harlem, New York, all day long. Nixon 5, Harlem here, baby.
All right. Well, you know we got a few New Yorkers over here with us, and actually I used to live in Queens, so when you say New York, they're like, hold up.
That's what's up.
Find out that you're from the real side.
Yeah.
People from upstate is like, yeah, that's not the same New York.
No, it's not. But if we all look, but if we're all out of state, you're included.
Hey, yeah, we still gotta love New York, but everybody stopped off somewhere else right now. So
That's it.
I'm so glad that you're back with us.
Thank you.
You know, like you said, you went across a lot of different creative and professional fields.
Yeah.
You know, it's the music, the speaking, all that. What was the common thread? Did you ever figure out what the common thread is across all those things, different things that you built?
Well, you know, I was always looking at the way I was taught, and I'm kind of like I'm a very technical person, and if you teach me a process of doing something, I'm going to emulate or duplicate it the way you teach me. However, just like best practices, I think our learning should be flexible, and I realized that I wasn't just a singer, I wasn't just a poet, I wasn't just a business speaker, I wasn't just an author. Actually, I am a creator. Now, creativity is in all things, but some of us don't recognize the creator in ourselves, and we label ourselves by one word, one phrase, or one statement. And today I say I am a business speaker, but a content creator, because in all of those things that I've done, it's about creating content, music content, writing content, poetic content, inspirational content. You know, it's all about being creative. And even in carpentry, in being an electrician, it's about being creative. You may do something in one of these other fields that wasn't taught in the book. You got to figure out how to make it work. And if you do it different than the book knowledge, you created a way of making something work that wasn't the traditional or the standard. So you were and are a creative.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of talented people that create, but a lot few of them build a business around their creativity.
Yeah.
So what did you learn beyond just the art itself?
Well, I think for myself is that I am a true natural born lover of people. I don't care what your color is, what your status is, how much. If I ever see you again, if I only run into you once in life, I just genuinely love people. And it may sound a little like obvious, but yes, excuse me, people are all we have, but at the same time, we're all not akin to being open or engaging or inviting or interested in each other. But I am genuinely interested in people just for the sake of, yes, sometimes a business transaction, but just for the sake of simple kindness. Hey, how's it going? Great, yeah, wow, you look great today. I don't want anything from you. I'm just complimenting you, one, because I can, two, maybe you simply deserve it, three, it's nice to simply be nice. Now, if we build something from that, that's great, but that's not always the intent. My motives and my intentions are genuine and they're pure, simply because that's how God made me. I don't know how he made everybody else, but that's how he made me.
Well, thanks for teaching more kindness. We definitely need that.
Yeah.
You
gotta be genuine. I mean, why not?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's on social media or, you know, if everybody's trying to imitate somebody else, be something they're not, you know, and fit into this other kind of box so they can, like, be seen.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, just be recognized. Mm-hmm.
I did the same thing. I mean, for a long time, I wanted to be Les Brown, in a sense of speaking. I wanted to be Dr. Willie Jolly, in a sense of speaking. Then I realized their experiences are similar and maybe in some ways the same, but they were not lived the same way. So I've got to be myself. And I was once told that if two of us are the same, one of us simply may not be needed. So simply be yourself. You know, I mean, let's keep it real. Why are you trying so hard to fit in when it's obvious you were made to stand out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you made to stand. Well, and it's interesting when somebody has several gifts.
Yes.
You know, sometimes, and just like with this multitasking, it's like, well, you're trying to do A and B. You know, how can you avoid feeling scattered or feeling scattered? But between being the poet, the author, the speaker, the songwriter, all these different things, how did you really determine which one is deserving your time and the others one might have been distracting you?
Well, you know that there's an old saying, I'm sure you may have seen it because I've seen it ever since I was a child. You ever see it's like an affirmation, you see these footprints in the sand and someone walking along the beach? Well, there's a time and place for everything in my understanding and in my learning in life. And sometimes we should hang on or be drawn to the low-hanging fruit, as they say. But whichever path you go. A few different things. I was on a reality show called The Keynote with Delatoro McNeil. I've been in motion pictures with Nicolas Cage called National Treasure. I've been in the studio with people like Ray Goodman and Brown, Jocelyn Brown, Freddie Jackson over the years. And, you know, currently on the creative side, I'm able to do my own thing. In fact, I just had a show Sunday, which was a live taping in Maryland, in Capitol Heights, Maryland, and it went extremely well. And I'm excited because now I get to put an actual live CD out as well as a live video out of the band. My band is called Soul City Collective, and we're hot. We're hitting it where it's supposed to be hit. We're really doing the daggone thing. So I'm grateful.
And I am as well, because actually I was looking for you that day, and I was like, he's doing a show right now. So I was like,
oh, okay.
And I'm glad I caught up with you a few days later, and you're here now. Wow.
Wow, yeah.
And I think, that's great. Wow. Well, as a peak performance strategist, you know, what patterns commonly keeping talented entrepreneurs from performing at the level that their business may require?
I think what prevents them from performing at the level they can is doubt, fear, and distractions. You know, doubt, fear, and distractions. And sometimes they get this thing called imposter syndrome. People think that they're not worthy. And I think you just sometimes need to be around the right people, and you've got to be able to sacrifice. That's one of the biggest things. I'll talk about the 10,000 hours. You've got to be able to sacrifice. You may never be a household name, but if being a household name is the goal, I think you may have the wrong intentions and you may be looking at things wrong. You become a household name. The goal doesn't have to be. I mean, yeah, maybe for some, that's what they want to do. And maybe for some, it has happened. But on an average basis, the goal should be to do the work or to do what you simply love. And if you become a household name doing that, that's fantastic. But I don't personally believe the goal should be to be a household name. So you got to get over the distractions. You got to be around the right people. You got to be willing to sacrifice, and you must invest in yourself. I don't care if it's a coaching session, a mastermind, a book series. You've got to be willing to invest. Like I wrote a book series called the Radiate the Brain book series. Radiate the brain and change the game. That's my tag and my affirmation. And it's all about the view. And I say to people constantly, the right mindset is all you need. How can you do anything if you don't have the right mindset? So you must develop it.
Yeah.
And that's where, talking and being around the right people comes in place. That's where sacrifice comes in place. That's where investing in yourself comes in place. If you're not willing to do these things, how can you expect to become something, better? How can you be the legacy holder or place setter in your family? It's going to be very difficult.
Well, with that thinking, is was that the mental shift that was the greatest difference in, investing in self and things like that, or was there another mental shift that was the greatest difference in your entrepreneurial journey?
For me, that was a big part of it because, even though I did have, because of my sales background in my younger years, I kind of already had an idea about many of these things when it comes to personal and professional development. But I had an appetite for it because, remember, I love people. So here it is, I'm going to be around people that know things I don't know. Here it is, I'm going to be around people that are more successful than I am. Here it is, I'm going to be around people that I could benefit from their success. I've written 7 books, okay? I've gotten endorsements on my books from Delatoro McNeil, Dr. Willie Jolly, Simon Bailey, Cheryl Wood. The list goes on. And people don't give you an endorsement or write a forward for your book just because you ask. You have to have something to offer. And because, thank God, I had something to offer, and I still do have something to offer, I have forwards and endorsements by these prominent name people that at one time I may have thought they were only out of reach. But I invested in myself. I believed in myself. I spent time with them. I learned I can call them on the phone. They'll pick up the phone.
There's a difference. I'm glad you put that part of it. It's like you can call them, but they're picking up the phone.
Yeah, this is what it is.
Uh-huh. Now, you mentioned sometimes when you go to these conferences and, people get all hyped up and they're motivated for a few days, but what's the difference between that motivating them for a few days and then developing the discipline that's required to build a business?
Look, I'll tell you this quick story. I remember the first time I was with a company, a network marketing company, one of the best of the best. I think it was like a multi-level marketing company with a personal, how do we used to say it, with a profit plan included. So even though there's a product, the thing that I got most out of it was the personal development. It was just awesome. So I go there and I got to see Jim Rohn. I got to see John Maxwell. And the first time I got to see Les Brown, he said, you got to be willing to do the things today that others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. And a light bulb went off in my head and I was like, I'm done. I don't need nothing else. Let me go build my business because that's what I should be doing. You know what I went home and did, right?
Okay.
Do you know what I went home and did?
Started producing and
I did nothing. Not a daggone thing. Went to the next regional event. The guest speaker was Les Brown, and I wanted him to make that affirmation again, and he did. I went home and got busy. I started learning, how do you become a speaker? What do you need? Okay, website, business cards, I got busy because I realized I fell flat on my face the first time. So, that's what it took. Sometimes we have to hear a message more than once to take action, and that's okay because at least you take action. And the things that you learn, you will only not benefit from them if you let them go. I refuse to ever let go anything that I've ever learned from personal or professional development because I know it's applicable in any aspect of life.
I was gonna ask what mistakes can happen, what communication mistakes happen when you might lose opportunities, like you were just saying. I'm thankful that when you went to that next event and created things happen. But even when their stuff is good, or they're their product, their expertise is excellent, but they can still lose some opportunities along the way. And so, what are some of the communication mistakes that when that might happen?
Well, you can't listen to everybody else. If you have a mentor, even if it's not a personal mentor, because you can learn from people that you've never met. You can learn from people from afar. For example, Tony Robbins was and is still one of the biggest names out there. You can watch every Tony Robbins video online. If you bought his program but never met him, you can't. It's not wise to try to learn from everybody. Learn from someone that speaks your language. If there's someone that has a style that you identify with, gravitate to that person. Now, that does not make them perfect as a person, but for the reason you're connecting with them, learn as much as you can and still do your own work on yourself. Don't live and die by everything that this one person says, but learn as much as you can. If you get a chance to meet them or work with them, do so if possible, and continue to grow. You have to, because again, I go back to the distractions. And when I do workshops, I have a slide. It shows the PlayStation, it shows the cell phone, it shows the internet. And all these tools are tools, but they're also distractions. So you got to lock in. You got to lock into someone, and you got to lock into something that makes a difference for your life and for your mission, or whatever area of focus you want to be your main thing and what you want to be known for.
Before that chronic procrastination, that doubt and fear and all that stuff raise up.
Yeah.
If you calm it too long. Mm-hmm.
And just like going to church, you want to fellowship. You want to be around other entrepreneurs that are doing the same type things. So you say inspired. Mm-hmm. You don't let the negative, like they say with deodorant, right? Well, you know what? You got to put it on every day. You want to stay motivated, inspired daily as often as possible. You don't want to put deodorant on once a week and go, I'm good. No, you don't need motivation once.
I'm good.
No.
Mm. Wow. Well, tell me about, we're talking about your entrepreneurship journey. So what part of the journey are you most proud of and it may not be visible to us or to the public?
Well, I mean, there have been things that I've done that I never thought I would do. I mean, being in a movie with Nicolas Cage and all these people like Ed Harris and, Bruce Greenborough, that was really a big deal. I never saw myself in a motion picture. I've acted as a younger person and on stages, but I never saw myself as an actor. Being on a reality show was a big part of my keynote speaking career. Being nominated as Man of the Year by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society was a big deal because that supports what I talked about as far as courage facing mortality, being a cancer survivor, 2-time cancer survivor. And, God has allowed me to have several highlights that I can speak to and be grateful to have gone through. But I think none of it would have mattered if he didn't give us or allow us to have freedom of choice. And it may sound crazy, and honestly, a big part of me would not want to live through it, but I'm grateful that I became a drug addict, because if I had not become a drug addict, I might not have much to talk about on the personal and professional development side today. I may be able to talk about music and stuff like that, which is good. It's helpful. It can be needed. But the personal and professional development side of life is essential. I don't care if you're a street sweeper. You can still be a professional as a street sweeper. Your personal demeanor can still be better because your personal development is intact. But if I had not gone through my bout with substance abuse, my drug addiction, I think many of the things that I speak about and that I have written about would not be relevant.
Wow, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that. about being a drug addict. But I'm glad that you made it out, and that you've seen so many lessons, and really are helping others to learn from what you put together as well, and how your reinvention, and especially with so many different things that you do, that allowed that creativity to grow. I'm glad that it didn't burn out all the different things, and that you were able to produce after all this time. So that's great. That is really great. So what are you hoping people learn from the way you've combined your creativity, your business, your service, and everything?
Well, I'm hoping that people realize that if you've gone through life with over 25 years of any kind of abuse, gambling abuse, drug abuse, eating disorder, sexual abuse, anything in the fashion, as far as time-wise, that I have, over a quarter of a century, it's not too late. Don't get on the pity pot. Don't make excuses for yourself. Again, don't make your goals so lofty. Some may disagree, but don't make your goals so lofty that they're unrealistic. Be realistic in your expectations for yourself by at least getting started, and knowing that if this dude can come through what he came through, what can I not come through? He was a drug addict. He's a 2-time cancer survivor. He's failed in marriage. I mean, he's gone through all kinds of stuff, and he's still on his feet. He's standing 10 toes down. He's out there productive. He's serving people in multiple ways. I have no excuses.
No. Well, that's true. That's good. That's good. But now there's also somebody listening that may have the talent, the experience, the dreams, and all that, but they're waiting for the perfect time, and sometimes that procrastination, all that, the lack of focus, all this. So, what's the first courageous and practical step you would tell somebody to take?
Get out your own goddamn way. Stop playing. Stop playing. I just had a conversation with someone. He's a music producer, a songwriter, a rapper. He's no kid, but he's good. I've been telling this for years. In fact, I'm tired of telling him this. And he's like, yo, I didn't have my website. Yo, I didn't have Instagram. I was like, I don't want to hear that. I've been telling you the same thing for almost at least 15, 20 years. Well, I got 40 songs. I said, you don't need 40 songs. Your first couple of songs was enough to get the buzz going. Every time I turn around, you're in the studio talking about, oh, I'm going back to the studio. Yeah, but when are the people going to hear what you've already done? Stop playing. Get out your own way. Stop playing. Stop making excuses.
I had to laugh when you said that, because there's someone that is on this broadcast that has said that many, many times.
Okay.
About getting out your own way. Yes. And that is true that we do. And don't realize that we're doing it. It's not intentional, but truly. So I just continue to say, pray to get out your own way.
Well, here's the confirmation. Here's the confirmation. If someone has said that to whomever, and they've heard that or something similar from yet another source, hello, that's confirmation. Stop playing.
Yep.
Excuses are the tools of the incompetent, building bridges to nowhere.
Say that again?
Excuses are the tools of the incompetent, building bridges to nowhere.
You definitely want to be a bridge to nowhere. You got another song in that, Charles.
Yeah. Well, I would love to say that I created it, but I don't know. I think it may have been Ernest Hemingway or someone like that, and there may be a little more to it. But I just keep it simple.
Well, that is great. So, you're reminding us that our entrepreneurship can come from many gifts or career paths or setbacks and life lessons.
Absolutely.
And that what matters is willingness to recognize the value in what we experience and transform it to something that can serve others.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate your honesty, your wisdom, and that's the inspiration that you brought us here, and especially after so many years, to see that you've grown and all the other things that you produced since I've seen you last. or heard about you. So it's great to see that your journey is where it's taking you, and it's not done yet.
No,
So
not
we
at
know
all.
it was not one straight road.
Yep, not at all. I've still look. I'm like a kid in the candy store, in the toy store, all combined. I am having the time of my life, and it's look. I have to get paid for my time because I know my value, but it's not really because of the money. This is a passion, a true heart's passion. I love what I do. I'm just not going to let anyone take advantage of me and talk about, oh, well, if you love it, why you got to charge for it? Because I've deserved it. I've earned my 10,000 hours.
I deserve it.
That's right. I've earned my 10,000 hours, and I am worth every single penny. That's why.
And I can feel that is down in your heart, and you're rooted in what you say. So that is really powerful. So we definitely are looking forward to your next journey. This is Sir Charles Cary. I had you with us, SirCharlesCary.com, and it's SIR Charles and then Cary, CARY.com, and also here SirCharlesMusic.com.
Sir Charles Cary Music.
Sir Charles Cary Music. Okay, I missed that one.
That's okay.
And you just had a new album.
Yep.
Well.
Yep. Sucker for Love. And I think you will actually like this because this for this audience, this age group, songs with content, songs with a message, romantic and non-romantic. I mean, just something to say that means something.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So again, SirCharlesCary.com and SirCharlesCaryMusic.com. And congratulations to you. And stick around. I'm going to open up the lines right now for any new callers on the line by pressing *6 and the 1 key. The Q&A session has started. Frequency and vibration that we share each day. If you don't have an opportunity to do that this morning, we invite you to come back again. We are here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, including holidays, and definitely like to hear from you. If not today, then do come back another day soon. Let's remember ages are welcome on our broadcast, so take the opportunity to invite someone to join us, whether live or on the replay, at 712-432-1085, same pin, 915358 pound. If you are a new caller and do not have a comment or question, we would still appreciate you unmuting your line, giving us your name, your city, who invited you, so we can give you a warm welcome and return the love. We say the first time you're a guest, and after that, your family. Come on, meet the family. Don't be shy. We also have branded posts on our Facebook page. It's the word titled Billionaire Mastermind Forum. Appreciate it if you like, share, and comment on the speakers we have each day. And also, if you're not in our private Facebook group, split the word mastermind into 2 words, Billionaire Mastermind Forum. Make sure you send a request. There's lots of things we'll be doing different real soon. So we're about to start Q&A. With that, *6 to open your mic. The 1 key puts you in the queue. The 2 key removes you from the queue. *6 and 1 key, family. *6 and 1 key. Some of you may remember Charles Cary from when he was here years ago. Love to have you come on and say and welcome. And others that may not have helped him, then make sure you unmute your mic and let's go. *6 and 1 key, family. See who's first up. Hey, Billionaire Show girl. Diane. Go. You might be talking on mute. No, I do.
I was saying I remember 2012, and here it is 2026. I'm still talking on mute. But you know what? I got up and I pushed them buttons. I did. Years later. Thank you. Wow. Charles, so great to hear your voice. That's an awesome quote you also gave. It's from a poem by a guy named Brundage. Excuses are tools of incompetence used to build bridges to nowhere and monuments of nothingness.
There you go.
And those who use them seldom specialize in anything else.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's to write it down. And your music, I found your website. I want to listen to your new CD, and more importantly, buy one. Right? Hello.
That'd be great. Look, you get a copy of the CD. I'm gonna send you something special.
Awesome. Oh, I wanted to ask you, since you are actively in music, these days. How is AI affecting your music career and your other choices?
Well, for me specifically, I am very much aware of what it is, but I don't want to use it too much because one, it's kind of new to the industry. Two, if you use AI in your creative aspects, they are taking or not giving you credit for the rest of your creativity. So I'd rather just create my own or use samples, which I don't mind giving the original songwriter of a song. If I like something, let's say James Brown says something and I want a part of that song, I'd rather pay the James Brown estate a portion for using that versus using AI, because I think AI, which is a good thing, can eventually work to our detriment, and I'm not very trusting of it as far as with my business in that fashion.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good to know. There's so much change happening so quickly.
Yes.
It's good to have a well-rounded perspective. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Good hearing from you too.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I was able to punch about 20 forward buttons while I was waiting to talk to you.
That's
So
all right.
you might be hearing from some more of the folks from Marathon of Excellence.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Keep on keeping on.
You bet.
Great to hear from you.
Good to hear from you as well.
I know as much as she loves to sing, I was thinking she's trying to get on one of those albums. She's going to offer, come on and sing with you. All right, thank you. Star 6 in the 1 key, family. Star 6 in the 1 key. Hey, Billionaire Linda. You heard me talk about you, huh?
Yeah, go. Sir Charles.
How you doing?
Gary, you done added so much to my life. God bless you. I remember you from before. I'm on your website. I absolutely love everything that you said. Confirmation to me. And I love how you say on your website, commanding stage presence.
Yes.
Operational resilience. That speaks to me a lot. Because I know God made us some resilient people. We bounce back. I thank God for you. You done really made my day today.
I'm
Thank
grateful.
you so much. And yeah, I'm always telling Karen she got to get out her own way. I've been telling her that for years.
Oh, wow.
Get out your own way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the problem. She's doing a great job, though. But the more she get out of her own way, more things she's going to see God do for her.
Yes.
More places, great places God's going to take her. The more she get out of her own way. She's getting better, though. She's a lot better. She's phenomenal. She's amazing. She's powerful. She's loving. She's beautiful. She's wonderful. Thank you so much for your powerful, amazing self today. And I got to tell you this, you got to come back again and again and again. I know you was here in 2000, before, in the earlier 2020, but I do remember your name, and I'm going to stay in touch with you because I like that part about the keynote speaking. You have 3 different things here on here.
Okay.
3 things that you work with, 3 pillars.
Yeah.
Keynote speaking, executive workshop, and published literature. I want to do the keynote speaking.
There you go.
Thank you so much. Because one thing about me, I know who I am and I know whose I am. And that keeps me focused.
I know that's right.
And I thought about you and all the different books and things and people you were connected with. I love that book about Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Oh, yeah.
I read that book and read it over and over again. Thank you so much, God bless you. And you know what you did today? Sir Charles Gary, you made me happy.
There you go.
God bless you. I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Thank you.
Thank you for your kind comments.
All right. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. And mine too. Star 6 in the 1 key, family. Star 6 in the 1 key. I know there's a few others that were here back in the day, but then there were others that you hadn't met him before. So I'd love to have you chime in. Star 6 in the 1 key. Star 6 in the 1 key, family. All right. I know some folks are late on pushing the button. I don't want to close Q&A going once. Star 601 key, Sammy. Q&A going twice. Star 601 key. I know sometimes people may not be in place and can't get to their phone. And many days when I was in the background, and it's like you have an earpiece and you walk away from your phone, it's like, where's the phone? Trying to unmute, where's the phone?
Right.
Yeah. All right, here goes one. Star 601 key, family. Hey, Flowers. Go.
I found the phone for Charles.
Okay. All right.
And welcome home, honey.
Thank
We
you.
love you. As Evangelist Kate said, make us happy.
All right.
And not only that, every story of redemption is like fuels me up. Yes. It don't matter where you at, it's where you going.
Yes.
Where you been, it don't matter. Where you at and where you going. Hallelujah. We have a God that says, come on, bring it over here again.
Absolutely.
Bring it over. So I want to be a keynote speaker, so thank you for your class. And make sure I do that by the time we see you again. Come back here, Earl.
All right now.
Go with it or go it out. Alignment's my assignment.
I know that's
why
right.
My affirmation is 5 hours in the right place at the right time with the right people. Because the Creator has my plan.
Yeah.
I got to listen, as you said, trust, and obey. Hallelujah. Yes, we needed this. I needed this, and thank you. Gratitude.
I needed you guys too.
Yeah, you know what that means? Wow.
No, that's way after his time. One of our speakers, Charles, would say, go ahead, Flowers, you want to tell them what it means since you open that door?
Dr. Amy Alexander came up with Waha for wealth and happiness. Wealth and health always. Wellness and happiness always. I say may your wishes and your hopes be manifested and fulfilled.
I receive it.
As Karen would say, what happened? Paul W.H. Waha. So when you lift the voice at the end, it is an activator, and it changes your mood. Absolutely stimulates your life. Yeah, just go Waha.
I receive it. Waha.
So the pattern interrupter.
I receive it wholeheartedly.
Book radiate the brain. So that's another way to radiate the brain, Charles.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for your comments.
That, Flowers. He may have to use that.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Cary.
And that's instant access. Instant access to your spirit.
Waha.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we definitely need you gotta lift the you're a singer, Charles. You know how to
You already know. Look, I may put it in one of my songs. In harmony. Waha.
That's the credit.
We actually have had a few on the line doing that a couple of times, and it started talking about the Waha Choir. So
okay,
it's something that we have seen that happen. So if you need some help on the next album with the Waha Choir, you need to come back so we can help you out.
I know that's right.
All right. Okay. Star 601 key, family. Star 601 key. So countdown again. Q&A going once. Star 601 key. Okay, here comes another one. Hey, Maggie. So let's go.
Great day. I applaud you. Thank you so much for coming today and reinforcing the foundation. What are your plans now? Where will you be? What will you be doing? So we can kind of keep on touch where you're going to be located, or what are your plans for that? Any presentations, or just what activities you are going to be doing? Thank you.
I'm actively looking for other speaking engagements, whether it's a workshop or keynote. But in the meanwhile, on the other side of the microphone, I've got several engagements lined up. I'm on the Eastern Shore here in Maryland. outside of the DC, but I have several engagements lined up with my band, and we're promoting the new album. So we've got got a wedding, we got some events literally in DC, we got some in the Maryland area. We're just trying to stay active, but it's all promoted on social. In fact, there's in Suitland, Maryland, I'm taking my band to a community event called Suitland Fest. It's like their 25th, 26th anniversary, and the band will be performing for the neighboring community and giving away backpacks and all that kind of thing. So staying active, giving, helping, inspiring on either side of the microphone.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Maggie. And you said you had 7 books now, Charles?
Yeah.
How many albums?
6.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 6 albums. Yeah.
And all of this has been since the abuse and everything. Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, that started everything. You know, when I got clean, that started the books, mm-hmm. and then the music and the poetry and on and on and on. Yeah.
Wow, and that was since what year?
I would say since I'd say 2000. Yeah.
Wow. 7 books, 6 albums in that time. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, some folks have a book inside their heart for years, and
yeah.
To have that one done and to do so many more after that, and on top of that, to have the music too. You know.
And I'm working on new stuff as we speak, actually. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Say that again?
I'm working on new stuff as we speak, music as well as I got a book in my heart. I won't say the title yet, but I've got a book I've been writing for the past 3 years. I haven't actually started, but I know what it's about. I just have to go ahead and do it.
Mm-hmm. You said yourself, get out of your own way and just do it.
Yeah, no, look.
You're gonna do it.
Yeah, no doubt. It's gonna get done. I'm just doing music at the same time, so you give it the right respect, you know.
Mhm. And give yourself grace that you're still creating, no matter which lane that you're in, that you're still moving forward.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Mhm. Star 6 and 1 key, family. Q&A going once again. Q&A going twice again. Star 6 and 1 key. All righty.
Q&A session is over. All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
Media, you're welcome to stop by our Facebook page. It's the word titled Billionaire Mastermind Forum. If you're not on social media, feel free to send an email to info@billionairemastermindforum.org. Definitely appreciate you all. Well, Charles, any closing remarks before we go?
Just be honest with yourself. Be true to yourself. I am of a certain age range, and I know that they say that tomorrow is not present. Well, the next 5 minutes is not promised. That's what I should have said. Tomorrow's not promised, but the next 5 minutes aren't promised either. So if you meant anything that you've said, do it. Start it. At least start it. Get a pen and paper. Get your tablet. Get your laptop. Start the process now. Don't tarry. Don't delay. Speak it into fruition. We talk about think and grow rich. All these things matter in the big scheme of things. And if we are to be the ones that the next generation looks to or other generations look to, we must be mindful of what we say, things that matter, and the things that we are actually doing. And you can't do it if it's only in your mind.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Radiate the brain and change the game.
Radiate the brain and change the game. Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much for coming back. SirCharlesCary.com. as well as SirCharlesCaryMusic.com. And please don't be so long in coming back again, as they say, and come back again and again. We're here 5 days a week, including holidays. Love to have you back again.
Thank you so
Anytime.
much.
So thank you so much. Yes, yes, yes. We say all the time, this was another awesome broadcast. And at this Billionaire Mastermind Forum broadcast, it's just like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, but it's always going to be good. Thank you for joining me on this.
All right, folks, so that's it. That's a wrap up. Split between one camera and another, but you know, it's always great to give back and touch people with the God-given talents that have been given to me. And with that being said, I'll try to put this all together and get it out ASAP. Take care now.